very ambitious coach. He knows where he wants to get to. He knows where he wants to take Fulham. I think you could see in that interview there, they got a great opportunity tonight, but he's still damping it down by saying they've still got, you know, an array of talent on show for Liverpool. It's going to be very tough. You know, it's an even field. There's no better chance for Fulham to come in tonight and get a victory. But we've seen the away form that they're in. We've seen how destructive Liverpool can be, especially here at Anfield. It's going to be a tough night for them, but it's all geared up to be an epic semi-final.
But he also said, Jamie, you know, we had a meeting at the start of the season. What do you want to do, lads? These are our targets. Players want to win things.
Of course, they didn't start that well this season, but they've really picked up in the league, had good results, and especially against Arsenal a few weeks ago. Very close to winning here. Just the cop just roaring the ball into the back of the net. But you know, I get he was at pains to stress about the players he's missing, but you cannot come here and look at that team sheet and think you will never get a better opportunity. No Trent Alexander-Arnold, no Szoboszlai, no Salah, no Alisson. This is a big chance for them today. You know, whatever happens, they'll look at this and go, we have to get something out of this game and make sure we get them back to Craven Cottage with something to go for. That's so important to get blown away. The crowd here, first 20 minutes, try and turn them around, make sure they attack the Kop end first half. I think they're all little important things you've got to try and do.
They would have obviously come up, they'd have travelled up last night in the hotel, watched the game yesterday, see Middlesbrough. That would have given them confidence and hope as well. And you know, listen, they're going to come into this with no fear, I'm sure. Like Jamie just said there, be disciplined, be compact, but be clinical. When they get an opportunity with the top players that they've got, especially Willian, Pereira, Decordova-Reid, who's in good form as well, yep. Jimenez, he's got the beefy man in shot there, Van Dijk, keeping him occupied. They've got a good chance tonight.
And seeing how these front three for Liverpool interact will be interesting. Darwin Núñez on the bench, so you've got Jota through the middle, Jamie and Elliott and Diaz.
Yeah, Harvey Elliott's obviously, to be honest, he's been one of the players in this period who's been brilliant coming off the bench and having a real impact when he has. This is the chance for him to start today. I've been so impressed with him. Against his former side as well, that's never easy, but touching that sign as he goes out, this is what he dreams about. Liverpool fan as a kid. Big night.
Big night. If we have anything approaching last night, we'll be in for a cracking 90 minutes. Thank you for the moment, Steve and Jamie. Let's join our commentary team here at Anfield. Don Goodman, and first of all, good evening to Seb Hutchinson.
Yes, good evening. Liverpool are more than in the mix for more than one piece of silverware this season, and this competition represents their first chance of the campaign. For Fulham, a shot at further history is on the horizon. They came so close to an Anfield win just over a month ago. Can they provide a platform to reach a first League Cup final? Well, look at the teams, and Jurgen Klopp welcomes back one key player, but has lost another. Kevin Kelleher remains the first choice for the League Cup. Trent Alexander-Arnold injured, but Virgil van Dijk back in after missing Arsenal through illness. Conor Bradley starts after impressing from the bench in that game. Ryan Gravenberch comes into the starting 11 from the win over the Gunners. So Harvey Elliott may be used in the front line as he faces the club where he took his first senior steps. Gakpo and Núñez back on an otherwise inexperienced bench. Marcu Silva had rung the changes for Rotherham and returns back to a more first-choice 11. Bernd Leno wasn't in the squad at all at the weekend, but back between the sticks for this one. Calvin Bassey with Nigeria for AFCON, so Issa Diop stays alongside Tosin with Robinson back at left-back. Harrison Reed captained the club for the first time in the quarter-final win over Everton, and does so again tonight. Willian makes his 50th appearance for Fulham, and key striker Raul Jimenez returns up front. Tim Ream is available again, but is only on the bench. Well, no Salah, Gakpo and Núñez on the bench, but Don, Diogo Jota knows where the net is.
Yeah, he absolutely does. I mean, since he came to this country at Wolverhampton Wanderers, obviously I've had a close eye on him, and what I've seen is a real natural goal scorer. All types of finishes, and he can score goals from half chances, so Fulham are going to have to really be mindful of him. Obviously trying to stop him at the other end is Bernd Leno. What a terrific season he's had. He does get exposed at times by his defence. Made the third most saves in the Premier League. I think he's going to have a big night tonight for Fulham.
Well, right now, Jurgen Klopp has so much in his sights as far as silverware is concerned. Marcu Silva has already made history for Fulham by reaching this stage, but what can they do at Anfield? Away we go, leg one in Liverpool. And Don Fulham came so close to shocking the Reds once already this season. What would be required tonight to hold off arguably the best team in the country at this moment in time?
Well, certainly a repeat performance going forward wouldn't do them any harm. And they were undone, weren't they, by 4 absolutely worldy goals, worldy strikes. And very rarely do you get 4 all in the same game. And it took that for Liverpool to prevail, but for Fulham it's about staying in this tie.
As they played so well at Anfield for so long in early December, double strike from Liverpool turned the game around right at the end. And scored the winner in that game. Trent Alexander-Arnold unavailable after extending his knee against Arsenal. So Conor Bradley, the young man in at right back, came off the bench in that game and defended pretty well, to say the least. Castagna played at left back at the weekend, and that win over Rotherham. Back on the right.
There's no doubt about it. If you're Fulham and you see that there's no Mo Salah, there's no Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's no Szoboszlai, there have been 3 of the mainstays this season, 3 of the players that have played the most minutes that Jurgen Klopp has relied on. And when you take that creativity away of your Alexander-Arnold and your Mo Salah, the goals, doesn't matter who they bring in, it's always likely to weaken you slightly.
So pretty much every club in the Premier League has had significant injury issues this campaign. Fulham's actually recently an issue with suspensions and, of course, World Cup of Nations depriving them of 3 players for this one.
The thing that jumps off the page at you when you look at Fulham is the sheer experience that they've got in their ranks. They're a very, very experienced group, and that, on a night like tonight, surely has to help them.
And Bradley cutting that out from reaching Willian. That will be an interesting contest tonight. Reed playing that back to Tosin, who just about got it away from Jota. And Konate, who was imperious again, it must be said, in that match at the Emirates. Delop's header. There's Pereira, won't get to that. Knocked up by Konate. Bradley. And Elliott, booed by the travelling support.
Probably wouldn't surprise him. I'm not saying it's right, but it's just what happens in this day and age.
Of course, they would be desperate for him to be playing for them still, of course. Such a bright young talent. Van Dijk. Konate. Bradley. Vandenberg. To feed it through to Jota. Already making it awkward, Liverpool, for Fulham to play out from the back. In their win over Arsenal, Jurgen Klopp's side faced a lot of shots on their goal, or a lot of chances, but came through strong in the end to pick up the win, to send them through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. And now, the latter stages of the League Cup, looking to make another final. Jones. Diaz.
Just touching on your point, I think that's the difference this season, isn't it? We've seen Liverpool win games when they haven't quite been their fluid best.
Elliott tries to play it forward. Of course, the last meeting between these sides was one of those, Don.
It's a great sign, isn't it, when you can win games in the Premier League, the toughest league in the world, when you're not at your best. It's a requirement, isn't it, for success.
Finding themselves at the top of the pile in the Premier League, competing on all fronts still this season. McAllister couldn't find the pass through. Now can Fulham break here? Jimenez. Willian was in space. He goes the other way to Andreas Pereira. Jimenez.
Yeah, poor choice. He's made the wrong decision, hasn't he? He should have gone to his left where Willian was in acres of space. Raul Jimenez, he played the ball into where the traffic was.
Did that pretty well against Arsenal, though, breaking quickly when they had the opportunity. And from behind, victory over Arsenal. That's loose from Tosin. Gravenberch finds Jones. This is promising for Liverpool. Jones goes himself. Well held by Leno.
Well, they're playing into Liverpool's hands here, aren't they? Tosin there. I mean, that is really, really poor. He knows that Liverpool are going to press. It breaks for Curtis Jones. It's a good strike. It's way too close to burnt Leno from a Liverpool perspective.
What was quite notable in that game between Fulham and Arsenal was the fact that the two Fulham centre-halves had a lot of time on the ball, but Tosin not being allowed any time on the ball in the first 5 minutes of this one. Leno goes long. Canate. His touch only as far as Andreas Pereira. The Cordova-Reid was looking for that ball, and he's made the run once more. Castagna. Cordova-Reid won't get to that though, and Van Dijk stepping across. Jota. Tosin just getting before the Portuguese. Castagna. There's that pressure again, back to Leno. There's two Liverpool players closing down the Fulham goalkeeper.
Jurgen Klopp has been really pleased, hasn't he, with the way that Liverpool have been pressing. Certainly in recent weeks, you've seen it get better and better as the season has gone on, as new players have settled into what he wants from them. Put you under enormous pressure when they're trying to play out from the back.
Seems like everybody does. Here's Van Dijk. McAllister. To Diaz. Jones. Joe Gomez. He's played all across the back four this season for Liverpool. Canate plays it into Gravenberch, allowed to turn, and can he play it in here to Jones? Plenty forward here for Liverpool. McAllister urged to shoot. Elliott. And Elliott looking for Bradley. What a ball! And Bradley's in here, and Leno does hold on to that, but decent football there from Liverpool.
Well, brilliant. I was really looking forward to seeing Conor Bradley tonight when I realised he was going to be starting the game. Really did well at Bolton. Wanderers on loan. Really attack-minded. This is brilliant. Little give and go. Puts it into a good area. It's excellent from the young man.
Yes, Bolton's Player of the Year when on loan. League One club.
He scored a fair few goals and had some assists as well, didn't he? Which highlights the type of fullback, the type of player that he is. Will look to get forward.
It is expected of a Liverpool right-back in particular, or both full-backs, to be honest. Here's Castagna. Cordova-Reid. Two of Liverpool's standout players from this campaign, as they have been for many campaigns now. Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, both unavailable for differing reasons. Big losses for Liverpool, but they cope with losses in the match against Arsenal to win, and now at home, looking in the mood. Jota looking to play the pass. They're finding spaces back there in that Fulham defence.
It felt like a real slow opening 5 minutes from Liverpool, but the last 3 or 4 minutes, just turning up the temperature here.
It's a painful fall for Andreas Pereira. He's helped to his feet by Jones. He should be okay. She reached the semi-finals with Manchester United in 1920. Not the year 1920, by the way.
I think we knew what you meant.
I hope so. After falling to the ground awkwardly, a free kick though to Liverpool. Alexis McAllister. Got a brilliant goal against Fulham not that long ago. There's a turn provider here, or maybe it will be Elliott. It does clip it into that penalty area. And in the end, a foul. Referee tonight, David Coote. First major cup semi-final for the official. Did take charge of the playoff semi-final second leg last season between Middlesbrough and Coventry. It wasn't a game you did, was it?
It certainly was, yeah.
Middlesbrough, of course, last night, beating Chelsea in the first leg to set themselves up nicely for a trip to Stamford Bridge.
It must have been a game that the Fulham players had looked at, and again, you take any positive you can. As an underdog, it has to give you hope, doesn't it? It's not to say that Middlesbrough are going to progress to Wembley, but they've certainly given themselves a better chance than if they hadn't had such a positive result last night.
And they've shown they're a side that can prove more than awkward. Some of the clubs in the country. 4 points taken off Arsenal this season. Van Dijk forward to Jota. Excellent control. And Jota, lively. Jones. Gomez. And he got that one all wrong on his weaker foot.
Yeah, I guess if there is a disadvantage of playing a right footer on the left side of the pitch, that would be it.
Well, tonight, a milestone for Joe Gomez, his 200th appearance for Liverpool. The 120th Liverpool player to reach that mark, considering well over 800 players have represented the club. Still some achievement. Moreno sending that forward. Bradley so far prepared to get forward. Kelleher made clear before this match that he would be playing in this game tonight. He's played one of the League Cup matches for Liverpool. Curtis Jones. Gomez. Jones again. Elliott. And Jones wants back. He's waiting in the pocket. Here he is. Bradley high and wide on the right. We'll have it now. Gravenberch.
To be patient at times, Liverpool. Fulham, good shape, closing the spaces so far. And Liverpool.
Here's come Arte. Elliott. Floating around, looking to be influential for Liverpool. Across that front line and in the midfield as well, dropping off, mixing things up. Home side so far. Jota. Gravenberch. Bradley trying to get a foot in. Paulinho there. Jimenez to Reed. Liverpool counter-pressing aggressively. Equalled over Reed, a relieving free kick for Fulham.
Well, it is a relieving free kick, maybe a tiny bit on the soft side as well, but the pressing is first class. Not allowing Fulham to string any passes together, gain any kind of a foothold in this game.
Reed looking for that switch across to Willian and finding him nicely. First chance for Willian to try and do something on that side, but couldn't find Robinson. Here's Elliott.
It hasn't led to anything, but it was a brilliant situation for Fulham, and surprisingly a player of Willian's calibre gets the final pass all wrong, but Robinson was in there.
It's a route that Fulham often look to. Willian Coming in from that left-hand side with Robinson on the overlap. There's Gravenberch. Elliott. Van Dijk. Gomez. Van Dijk will look to get that out towards Bradley. It's been impressive so far. They tried to pirouette there. Paulinho trying to muscle his way past McAllister, but he can't do that. Gravenberch looking to get it back. Jota. Jota from the angle. Oh, and it's just waiting for a touch of the back post. It stayed in play. Diaz. Jones. Fulham finding things tough so far.
It's got the crowd on the feet. Diogo Jota, nobody took a gamble in the middle for Liverpool. Fizzed right across the area.
There's Konate. And Elliott. Konate. And Elliott waiting for Bradley. McAllister. Van Dijk. Gomez helps it on nicely. Gets it back again. Joe Gomez feeds that ball in, and it almost hit its mark of Jones.
It's a brilliant ball in from Gomez. Jones's touch, control, letting him down unusually.
It's Konate.
It just feels like they're cranking it up though, doesn't it? You just get the sense in here.
There's Diaz. Liverpool in charge in terms of possession at least.
Yeah, I don't think that'll surprise anybody, really. That's what I was saying, he can make something happen out of nothing, this fella, Diogo Jota. McAllister does brilliantly well there. It's clever movement. Nobody really gambles in the middle. Look, they're all a little bit on their heels. Nobody gets in between the posts. They'd have a tap in had they done so.
Really be expecting more of that enterprising play though from his side. This match wears on, played over 15 minutes here, and already having Fulham rather pinned in. Didn't quite work, and Reed there to clean things up. Robinson. Feels hard work for Fulham just to get forward, but Reed finds the gap. Pereira. Jimenez wants it, and is free if the ball's played in, and then a bit of indecision between Kelleher, and miscommunication between Kelleher and Konate.
Yeah. Surprised. Andreas Pereira didn't elect to take a strike on there. He's got a heck of a strike on him. First real time they've advanced like that in this game.
Decourt over Reed, taking on Gomez, and that will be a throw into Liverpool.
For the first time he gets the ball in a pocket of space, and he just never quite gets it out of his feet, and in the end he's trying to pick out Raul Jimenez. Nowhere near achieving what he's attempting.
Taking no chances. Oh, Van Dijk might be caught out here. Fulham have a chance. Willian still scores at the Kop end for Fulham. What a moment for the visitors, taking advantage of a rare error from Liverpool's main man at the back.
Well, they haven't had anything to defend at all in this game, opening 19-20 minutes. But it's Virgil van Dijk, just gets caught out, the Liverpool skipper. There's still an awful lot of work for Fulham to do, and they work it absolutely brilliantly. If there's one man you want on the end of this, with calmness, with composure, it's Willian, because he's got a lot to do from there. Some brilliant touches, some real composure. That's the bit. Van Dijk misjudges it, gets his pocket picked, and Willian hard and low, really difficult for a goalkeeper. The plan was to sit deep, try and hit Liverpool if they get a chance. Well, they've done it absolutely perfectly. Super play from Willian.
And a fantastic lead for Fulham, their first effort on the Liverpool goal. And it finds the net, and Willian, experienced player for Fulham, with a big goal for Fulham.
Huge goal, isn't it? Really gives them something to hang on to now, doesn't it?
Here's Kanate for Liverpool, who had started the game pretty well, but find themselves behind, looking to respond. Corner.
The crowd recognising. Turn the volume up in here. Look what they're up against. First goal in this game was always going to be massive for Fulham. Outstanding record, but it was more important to Fulham, because look at that, when Liverpool have conceded. Prolific team always have a chance to turn things around.
They have a chance in this corner here as Elliott whips it in. Ciampalini didn't get it clear too far. Just a shot blocked. Gomez, Jones, nicely done. Jota. And Jota to the back post, they're queuing up there! Oh, and a chance for Elliott. Well, a flag is up on the far side. You didn't know that at the time.
Nah, it's a good response to the goal, isn't it? Pushing Fulham back. Just a little floated ball to the far post, and he is just a fraction offside. Flag goes up pretty quickly.
Well, to think he made his debut at Fulham when he was only 15 years old. Once the youngest player to ever play in the Premier League, that record beaten last season. Nathan Ranieri of Arsenal.
It's the second time Bernd Leno has taken an eternity. I do think next time the referee may take a bit of action.
But Fulham proving again that they can be a thorn for the biggest clubs in the country.
You just don't know what you're going to get from Fulham, do you? There are several teams in the Premier League like that. When they're on it, they can cause a lot of problems for any team in this league.
2,500 Fulham supporters have made the journey to Anfield, and so far enjoying themselves. They weren't enjoying the first 15 minutes, but not long after that, it's something to cheer about. So they might have more here, because Willian is free on the left. It can be worked out that way. It will be a free kick, though, to Fulham. Awkward moments here for Van Dijk.
I don't like the way Pereira's rolling around. You just don't do that if you get caught in the face. Ridiculous. I'm not saying it's not a foul. I think Andreas Pereira is probably trying to get Virgil van Dijk into a little bit more trouble. I mean, it's a palm off, isn't it? It's a hand off, isn't it? It doesn't hurt that much. Honestly, it does not hurt that much. Yes, it's a foul. It's a disappointing reaction from Pereira.
It's a good time to let you know, no VAR tonight. So the yellow card for Van Dijk will stay a yellow card. The first booking of the game. Not the best few minutes for the Liverpool captain.
I can understand Jurgen Klopp's frustration, but he's got to be careful. Tim Robinson, the fourth there, just asking him just to calm down. I understand it. I'm not sure it warranted a yellow card, but I did not like the reaction of Andreas Pereira.
He's still down, though. Maybe got a scratch to the eye.
I think you might find he's running the clock down a little bit. But this season, they had it all back on, so it's a bit of a waste of time, isn't it, really? Am I a cynic? Yes.
Let's have a look at this once more.
Honestly, it's nothing. It does not hurt when you get a hand in the face like that. I'm sorry.
Even from Van Dijk, he's a big
Don't
lad.
care. Even from Mike Tyson.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, the Liverpool supporters not happy with that decision and the yellow card for their captain, but a free kick for Fulham. And Willian, the scorer, only goal of the game. Can Willian produce here? Clips it in. Oh, they were queuing up in the middle, but couldn't quite work it that way. And Kelleher collects and bowls it out for Liverpool to fly forward. Gravenberch. Bradley. And got the bodies back quickly. And Gravenberch, well, that hadn't gone out to play, I'm afraid.
Well, there's keenness and there's keenness. It's a little bit too keen, wasn't it? Ryan Gravenberch. Got to let the ball go out.
Good catch. Kind of frustrating. Ryan Gravenberch there. Frustrating moments for Liverpool.
Seems like Andreas Pereira's okay, by the way.
There's Andreas Pereira. Want to move around again for Fulham. Paulinho been able to get there. Isn't going too much under the earlier pressure from Liverpool, but settling into the game nicely now, Fulham. João Paulinho doing very well, and Harrison Reed firing it forward to Jimenez.
They haven't done a lot wrong here, Liverpool. They just need to reset and go again. It was a good response after the goal went in, but there's been a bit of disruption since.
Here's Diaz. Getting behind with Tosin on his toes. They're trying to step out and make the challenge early. So Bassi did very well against Arsenal. Here's Bradley. Going on here, trying to force his way through, and João Paulinho in the way for Fulham. It has been so often. Canate deals with those sort of moments so well. Here's Jones. Gomez. As for Liverpool, they are behind, but so much time to play, not just in this game, but in the tie overall. We talk about platforms in these sort of situations. Fulham have that.
And their fans are loving it.
So there should be a First League Cup semi-final. Elliott.
It's good from Fulham. It's been good out of possession, actually. They will have worked on this. They will have expected Liverpool to come flying out the traps. No, they have to be solid. Very rare they've been that away from home as well.
And Elliott head to Paulinho. Elliott again. Shrugging off the booze. McAllister looking for Gomez. Cordova-Reid back there to help pull him out, and they have to try and keep this ball in as well. Such a dependable figure for Fulham, Cordova-Reid. Jimenez does very well. He was caught. Advantage being played. Willian. And look at Robinson go, and he's got the pace to get there first. Robinson sends it in and just away from Andreas Pereira. And now Jones. Liverpool's turn to have an advantage.
Yeah, fair play to the referee. A couple of really good advantages there.
McAllister. That foul on Jimenez in the build-up was Van Dijk with the challenge. Diaz. Diaz again. To let fly, quickly closed down by Diop. McAllister. Fulham in their defensive shape. Bradley. And Canate. Van Dijk. Gomez. Jones. Diaz. To Gomez again. Diaz. Probing here, Liverpool. Yes, you're again covering so much ground. We'll follow that ball from right to left. Liverpool move it. Van Dijk. Canate. Elliott. Decent period of possession here for Liverpool, but is there a chance at the end of it? Gravenberch.
They'll rest safe in the knowledge they usually score, don't they? Is it 29 out of 30 this season? Only Man United actually have stopped them. So they won't be panicking here. You can see stubborn. Fulham are going to make it as difficult as possible.
Here's Gomez. Often than not, Liverpool find a way through. Canate. Just about kept in play by Bradley, did very well, and still does well to keep Liverpool on the front foot. Good football this. And can they find a finish? Jones was waiting. Elliott. Can't get around Robinson. Willian. He do in this sort of position, the Brazilian. It's all very tight, and that will be a goal kick. Just.
Yeah. All his experience used to win a goal kick there.
Well, the ball was in play for such a long time. We can now go back to Van Dijk's foul a few minutes ago.
Yeah. It's right in front of the referee, but we know the threshold for a second yellow card is a lot higher than that. To be careful though, doesn't he, skipper?
Yes, irritated his high standards. Of course, here in the build-up to that Fulham goal, not long before his yellow card. And ill for that match against Arsenal as well, which gave Canate the chance to be the leader at the back for Liverpool. He said he was asked to be the leader at the back by his manager. He had no problem in doing that. A real standout display in that particular match, and for most of the time since he's come back from injury. Toss in, can't lose it there against Liverpool. Diaz, Jota pulling it back. It's desperate for Fulham, but they do get it away.
He just takes too many chances for me, Tosin, you know. Has to recognise the danger, sniff it. It's being closed down, has to be aware, gets away with it. That's not the first time. It needs to be the last for him.
Absolutely, Gomez. From De Cordova-Reid does get it back to McAllister. And now Canate. Bradley not looked out of place at all on that right-hand side for Liverpool. The 20-year-old. Van Dijk. Gomez. Dijk again, but once more Liverpool forced to break down the 11 men behind the ball. Gravenberch. McAllister. Van Dijk saw the run of Gomez. It's cut out by Jones. Well, Jones taking it on. Decent run here, and that will be A Liverpool corner. Castagna feels it should have gone the other way.
Yeah, it may well have come off Curtis Jones last here. Difficult one.
Sort of one that everybody will claim. But it has gone Liverpool's way. Corner taken short by McAllister to Elliott. Now Jones, and Jones will have another go. Always in good positions defensively though. De Cordova-Reid gets back, helps his side out, and is defending that near post for Fulham. McAllister. Van Dijk is in there as always. McAllister will look for him and pushed away by Leno. Helped on by Willian. Jota. Will be a free kick to Liverpool in a very good position.
He's used his body really well here, Diogo Jota. I think he knew the challenge was coming. Just made sure he got his body in front of it. It's his old teammate, isn't it? Raul Jimenez catches him.
There's two former Wolves players, as one says, another Adama Traore, unavailable for Fulham, still out injured. But this is a decent position here for the left foot of Harvey Elliott. McAllister also over it.
It's Trent Alexander-Arnold country, isn't it? I'm Fulham glad he's not on the pitch.
They're not in the country at the moment. Here's Leno watching. Will he be tested here? Will it be McAllister or Elliott? It's McAllister straight into the wall, but Willian can't get there first, but it wouldn't break for McAllister. Again. Now then, Fulham get going. Jimenez works it out to Willian. Numbers back for Liverpool, but Willian will take on Bradley, and Bradley steps across. You can see Willian's eyes lighting up when he saw the youngster in front of him, but he's not for passing.
Yeah, I was surprised Robinson didn't make his usual offer and go bombing up on the outside. Good defending, Conor Bradley.
It's Robinson, and he does go round Bradley this time, and does well. De Cordova-Reid just wouldn't quite reach him. And Diaz back there.
Yeah, brilliant recovery from Luis Diaz. Bobby De Cordova-Reid just didn't back himself to hit this first time. Let's see whether it was on or not. Maybe not. Possibly with his left foot, his weaker foot. Once he has a touch, he's always running the risk that he'll get closed down.
See the reaction on Bobby De Cordova-Reid's face. Thought he had more time than he did. Pereira with the corner, not a bad one. Was worked out. Jimenez will be a Liverpool throw.
He got a good connection on it as well, straight off the training ground.
Jones losing it, De Cordova-Reid falling on the ball. Now Gomez. And then Jones taking a chance and losing it. Now Paulinho can't find Willian. Canate to Bradley, room to run into.
Good recovery runs from the Fulham players. They have been excellent without the ball. Fulham so far, really well organised.
And leading. Elliott. Van Dijk. Gomez. Jota. Elliott. Jota. Looking for the 1-2, looking to get it back, but that was decent defending again.
Well, I think what will please Marcu Silva the most is that they have really restricted clear goal-scoring chances for Liverpool. OK, they're leading in all the the areas, apart from the on-target Liverpool, but his team have made life really difficult.
Certainly since they scored as well, they looked a lot more settled than they were in the opening 15 minutes of the game.
You just wonder if that goal just gives them that bit of extra belief. They would have come here believing, they had to believe. Belief will have risen once that ball hit the back of the net for them.
Reed did brilliantly there, but didn't quite feed. He could over Reed cleanly. Mention about the players missing for Liverpool. So Simicats expected to return quicker than expected. After his collarbone issue that forced him off against Arsenal. He ended up colliding with his manager. But Joe Gomez, it's fair to say, has been prepared to get forward in recent games, and it feels obligatory to talk about the fact he's never scored, but more than ever because he's come so close recently. Well, Super Sunday returns as Everton host second place in the Premier League, Aston Villa, from 1 p.m. And then later on that day, Manchester United host Spurs, who themselves are right behind Arsenal in the Premier League table. And the side who lead the Premier League, frustrated there because the referee pulling things back for the free kick when they wanted to get going.
Yeah.
I think Klopp was okay with the decision.
No, I don't think he was he? We praised David Coote for a couple of really good advantages. He just blew his whistle a fraction too soon. I think he offered a hand of apology.
And Klopp is still shaking his head. Jones. Kanate. Bradley. Just got that one wrong that time, and Fulham will see it out. Still shaking his head, that's quite.
Well, it was a good situation. They beat the press and they were out.
It's those little moments in games, though, that managers, of course, obsess over. Those details at the highest level. Marcu Silva, another one of those type of managers. David Coote keen for Leno to get on with things.
Well, I think the next time he has to book him, doesn't he, really? 3 times now, Fulham goalkeeper has been extra slow, and referees have been really keen to stamp that out this season.
Andreas Pereira gets it out to Robinson. And if Fulham could get him in the attack, he can make things happen. He's that quick, and Kanate taking a chance. But in those duels, he does so well. And that's lost by McAllister. Fulham getting their foot in at Anfield, and so far, certainly since they scored in the match of Liverpool. Reed, Willian, inside it goes to Andreas Pereira, and Castagna has room. Jimenez. Andreas Pereira to shoot, and Kelleher holds on to that one.
There's no doubt about it, Fulham are growing as an attacking force in this game. Really solid defensively, but when they come forward now, they look capable, don't they?
Here's Bradley. Jones. Gomez, who has got high up the pitch for Liverpool, hasn't been able to overlap effectively to come back on that right foot, and when he has used the left foot, it's not quite worked out so far.
44 minutes in here, and really evident, isn't it, how much Liverpool at the minute are missing a Mo Salah or a Trent Alexander-Arnold to make something happen here in a tight game.
Brilliant defending by Castagna. Jimenez trying to roll Van Dijk and wins a free kick. I don't don't think the Liverpool captain's enjoying his first half that much.
It's a couple of fouls he's committed since that yellow card. Has to be careful.
Closing in on half-time, and Fulham in front, and then Leno slipping as he sent that ball forward, but it has stayed in play. Jimenez, and that's going to run through to Kelleher. We're going to have 3 minutes to be played at the end of this first half. Liverpool create a chance before the first half is over. Fulham take their lead into the break.
It hasn't been extended, has he, Bernd Leno? And the Fulham goal, it hasn't really been asked a huge question yet. Credit to Fulham for that.
Spoke about the record expected goals figure for Liverpool when they face Newcastle United. But if you're interested in that sort of thing, both sides have similar expected goals for this first half, 0.25,
Yeah, it's low,
0.23.
Yeah.
Not many chances in this half.
No, it's credit to his team. It's just how he would have dreamt it last night, but there's still a long way to go.
And there's always a very long way to go when you're leading against Liverpool. So many late turnarounds in this campaign. And Gomez fouled by Cordova-Reid. He's actually the joint top scorer in all competitions for Fulham. Cordova-Reid did have that chance in the penalty area in the first half. Here's Bradley. Digs out the cross, that's over the head of Jota. Castagna there again. Gomez, a left-footed cross. And Reid will send it forward and he'll chase this. Kelleher is there. And cross to Kanate. Just about got that away, did look comfortable.
Well, that is all because of Harrison Reed's work ethic there. Recognised that if he closed the goalkeeper down, he could apply a little bit of pressure. Excellent from the Fulham skipper.
Talk about dependable figures for Fulham. There's another one, Harrison Reed. Robinson down the line. Robinson again. Reed. Bit of room. Robinson. Slip from Bradley. Willian. Confidence growing for Fulham. They have got into that final third. It looked like they can cause Liverpool problems back there. All launched into the penalty area, allowing it to bounce there. But Kelleher claims and will send it long towards Jota. Toss in across. It will break to Elliott. This might be the last chance of the half. Jones. Diaz. Looking to the back post. Well defended. Gomez! You felt like 90% of this ground was willing that one to go in.
Well, you only spoke about his goal scoring moments ago, didn't you? It's a very decent effort. Good touch, good strike. He's trying to cut across it to slide it back in and spin it in.
Well, the half-time whistle has gone, and Fulham lead at Liverpool. Willian with the strike in the first half after an error from Virgil van Dijk. Harrison Reed down on the ground for Fulham, but his side do lead at half-time. At Anfield, it's Liverpool 0, Fulham 1.
Look at down that right-hand side as an example. Normally you've got Trent and Salah down there. Today you've got Connor Bradley, and it's not been as fluent as if you like. And that's with Harvey Elliott linking up, and I think Williams caused them so many problems. I think the first port of call probably bring Núñez on at some point, because there's probably been a little bit too easy for Tosin and Diop. So that will be the first one you'd look at. Give him a bit of pace, a bit of power up front. Maybe Jota could come on that right side.
As you can see, Harrison Reed is back out there, recovered from that knock at the end of the first half. Let's rejoin Don and Sam.
Well, only the second time this season that Liverpool have trailed at half-time at Anfield. The only other time they were 1-0 down against Leicester in the third round of the League Cup, and they won that match 3-1, but you feel like Fulham will be a tougher nut to crack.
Marcu Silva would have been absolutely delighted with his team, particularly, as I said, reiterate, when they haven't got the ball, they've been hard to break down, really restricted Liverpool.
Here's Diaz. And Willian back in his own box defending for Fulham. Gomez, that header was loose. Andreas Pereira, Jimenez, across comes Konate, and he's one of the best around at that. Feels like I've been praising him all game.
Yeah, excellent, excellent defending. Strong, quick, composed.
Bradley. And Robinson clear that away. McAllister. Gravenberch had a rather quiet first half for Liverpool.
Well, he's the one, I heard Jamie Redknapp alluding to making the change. I think Gravenberch is the one I'd bring off, maybe drop Harvey Elliott deeper, bring Nunes on. I don't think it'll be long before Jurgen Klopp thinks about that.
That's inside, Gravenberch loses it but then wins it back. And that shot is deflected. Leno keeping it in play. Gravenberch losing it, getting it back. Almost on cue, making amends.
Would have been typical. He's saying he should be brought off, perhaps. Go and smash one in the net.
I think it was in the first half when I said Fulham could barely get out of their own half, and then a minute later they were 1-0 up.
I've come here to be solid, as I say. Huge objective here is to stay in the tie. More than doing that at the moment.
Here's Bradley. Konate. Jamie Redknapp said at half-time, on that Liverpool right-hand side, Bradley and Elliott, the men, the young men, to fill the big boots of Alexander-Arnold and Salah. Not many boots are bigger in world football. There's a combination down that side. And of course, Alexander-Arnold occupying midfield positions, central midfield positions for Liverpool this season as well. Such a creator from that position. Elliott trying to feed it through. You can feel already the frustration though in the home crowd. Now Andreas Pereira, De Cordova-Reid had room on the right. McAllister, Gravenberch, good touch, surges into the space, chops back, chance! Oh, drags it wide. It would have been some moment for him, but he couldn't take it in the end.
Well, it's brilliant. All of a sudden he's coming alive, isn't he? There's that little pocket of space and then drives. He's got the calmness to check onto the right foot. Just going to be fraction disappointed. He doesn't hit the target. He just drags it ever so slightly. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. Had it been on target.
Both his Liverpool goals come in the Europa League this season. Reid, Jimenez. And Leno looking for Willian. What about that for control from Willian? But Bradley read the touch after that. Here's Elliott. And Elliott, ambitious attempt, but it much to work for Liverpool. No, scrambled defence in the end. Jota with a chance, but taken away from him quickly.
It was Castagna, you know, he got himself in, the full-back. Absolutely brilliant defending, goal-saving defending.
Well, Fulham have to continue to raise their game, you feel, to keep Liverpool out.
They do. I mean, it's an ambitious shot by Harvey Elliott, but the deflection is kind to Liverpool. But look at that recovery from Timothy Castagna, the right back, gets himself in. It's brilliant.
No free kick. Willian can't believe it. Here's Elliott. Willian still complaining to David Coote.
Looked a foul from where I am stood.
There's McAllister. Looking for Elliott, can't find it. With that pass, and then Willian, and he apologises for that.
Well, he's made a mistake, and now he's headed for the referee to say, how is that not a foul? He'll get on with defending, pointing, that's what he's complaining about.
That moment has gone. Right now in the present, Fulham have to try and defend this corner. Elliott, dealt with by Cordova-Reid, but not that far. McAllister taking it first time. Gomez thought about the shot. Jones, and Leno, good hands. And now Fulham have another man down. In this game is Andreas Pereira, holding his back again right at the start of the game. He had a painful one. It's fair to say, of course, the home supporters not convinced, but he's going to need some treatment here.
Well, ball strikes him. And he carries on, and as the goalkeeper catches this, he then goes down. Again, he's trying to waste time, there's no doubt about that. But Willian was complaining to David Coote, the referee, felt he should have had a foul. Canate in the back of him, it looked a little bit strong-arm to me. At full speed, pushes him. And it is a foul, but it's not given, so you have to get on with it.
Well, the referee actually called for the Liverpool physios to come on here. I'm not sure Andreas Pereira needed it, but he's going to have to go off and spend the time off here, or he's able to come back on.
Well, I spoke about Fulham and the experience that they have in their ranks, and this is all part of it. Just trying to run that clock down, frustrate and annoy.
Well, they have the ball here, almost found a way through to Cordova-Reid. Well, Andreas Pereira wants to get back on. I think he's wanted to get back on from the moment he went off, and he now is back on. And the double change expected very shortly for Liverpool. Nunez and Gakpo. Castagna. That will be a free kick to Liverpool, who want to get on with things, and look at Fulham trying to slow them down. They are the side with the advantage. They are the side trying to see this one out even this early on in the game. Might be strange to say, to see a game out with still a long time left to play, but that will no doubt be Fulham's attitude even so.
Well, as well as running the clock, it is aimed at frustrating Liverpool, the players, the stadium.
Here's Elliott to try and slide it through, and almost found Diaz. Those midfielders, Liverpool have found some room at times, but that final ball still lacking.
Yeah, he's still been really well protected, hasn't he? Burnt Leno in the Fulham goal. Hasn't been anywhere near as busy as I expected he might have been.
The substitutes are almost ready to come on for Liverpool, but that's a loose pass. Fulham will have another chance to take advantage, and Andreas Pereira knew he was offside there. Nunez stripped and ready. Gakpo putting his shirt on. This might be Liverpool's last attack before the new men arrive. Gomez. Diaz. Jota is in there, but there's too much on the cross. Yeah. But those sort of deliveries might have even more of a target very shortly. And it's most of interest as the two are going to come off here. Liverpool picking up the tempo. Jota looking to get it back. Jota, nicely done. Can he finish? Block from Robinson.
Just felt he had one touch too many. Diogo Jota.
Excellent work from Elliott.
Works the space really well, little give and go, and there, should be striking it there. That extra touch is what allows Anthony Robinson just to readjust and stretch out that long left leg.
Well, the two changes made. No goal against Fulham for Harvey Elliott. He's come off. And Gravenberg also makes way. So two very attacking changes for Liverpool. Let's see. They have Diaz, Jota, Gakpo and Nunez all on the field now. And Nunez straight away to pin the Fulham centre-halves. Bradley in towards Nunez. And Robinson clears away. Canate's header. But Fulham with Jimenez. De Cordova-Reid is up there. Pereira's as well. Jimenez almost found De Cordova-Reid. Gomez was the man in the way for Liverpool.
Well, I think it was the same in the first half, you know. Fulham would fancy their chances when they break it up and spring quickly and counter. He's got support there. Raul Jimenez, it's good defending in the end. Could have broke fortuitously for Fulham, but they look a threat when they spring forward.
There's Liverpool trying to spring forward with Diaz. Gomez. Diaz. So much attacking force on the pitch now for Liverpool. Diaz trying to find room. Canate. They're going to push both full-backs forward now, Liverpool. Canate. McAllister. Into Nunez. The touch was heavy. Reid. Andreas Pereira. Excellent control. Trying to squeeze it through to Willian. Canate there.
He was in, wasn't he? Right idea from Andreas Pereira.
You might find a few more of those moments though, Fulham, with Liverpool. As you said, both fullbacks forward. And Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez, and Jota all forward. Here's Bradley. It's very attacking from Liverpool. Gomez will get another chance to play the pass. They'll have to start again. Well, they knew they'd be in this sort of position, Fulham, when they lead at Anfield under a lot of pressure from Liverpool. A long time still to play. Nunez tossing very tight to him. But Nunez checks back and crosses it in. And too close to Leno, and out it goes to Willian. And support is there for him. Willian, brilliant feet. De Cordova-Reid. Jimenez calling for it at the back post. In it goes, the 1-2 played, De Cordova-Reid, and Canate puts it behind.
Oh, Raul Jimenez has got himself into a great position, but the one thing he doesn't do at the end of this is gamble. Keep your eye on the number 7 here, nearest to you. He wants the ball played early, but when it doesn't come, he needs to get inside Canate there to give himself a chance of scoring. Excellent counter-attacking. He's frustrated because he knows opportunity was there.
We talk about all that Liverpool pressure, but Fulham very much with chances themselves to score again. Pereira's corner. And headed away, Canate. Pereira. Jimenez. And went for the Rabona cross. And a goal kicked on.
Yeah, it's all right doing it in the warm-up, isn't it? But I wouldn't have been doing it at Anfield. It's overly ambitious.
Confidence, though, is there to see for Fulham.
It's the perfect game plan, isn't it? If we're going to come here and go away with a positive result, you have to soak it up a little bit and look to spring quickly.
Here's Canate. McAllister. Van Dijk. Jones. Canate. Bradley, Gakpo. Three on the right-hand side. McAllister. Gomez. Fulham have defended these sort of situations very well, though, so far. Gakpo. Digs out the cross. Headed away by Paulinho, who's slotted in there to cover. Paulinho and Harrison Reed in front of that back four for Fulham. Screened pretty well so far. Willian. Cordova-Reid, oh, couldn't take the touch. Still a chance though for Fulham. Cordova-Reid and into the arms of Kelleher, but what a chance.
Well, I looked down at Marcu Silva, he just turned away. He couldn't believe Bobby Cordova-Reid missed his touch.
And that was lost by Gomez. And Fulham, in the last 5 minutes or so, have found promise.
They're getting chances on the counter. May not be ending up with attempts at goal, but they are really good, promising situations.
Willian. It's such an attacking look to this Liverpool side now. And because there's a second leg as well, it's interesting that Liverpool are really going for it.
Yeah. It's almost like they're playing as if it's all on tonight, Liverpool, aren't they? The amount of attackers they've got on there.
But they're a smart side, Fulham. Paulinho, Cordova-Reid. Dres Pereira's in the middle, he went himself. And he did test Kelleher.
Well, Marcu Silva is apoplectic down below us. Cannot believe Bobby Cordova-Reid hasn't squared it. There was a tap-in, a second goal, a huge advantage. Gone. May not get another one as good as that.
And now being asked to track back as Liverpool come forward. Goodness me, Fulham have had some breaks on in the second half.
He can't be shooting from there. Really can't. He's got to get his head up.
Diaz. Nunez. But he passes it straight to Cordova-Reid, and here come Fulham again. Jimenez. They've got some experienced players in their side here who have been smart on the counter, but that pass from Jimenez didn't find its target, and here's Jones trying to run past Paulinho, not easy. Diaz, and that will be a free kick. No argument from Cordova-Reid.
Well, he's been involved, isn't he? This last couple of minutes. And it's brilliant again from Paulinho doing what he does, but less so from Cordova-Reid. But this is as good as it gets away at Anfield. Now get your head up. Look at Pereira in the middle. You've got to roll it square. He doesn't. I don't think he's ever going to score from that angle where he takes the strike from.
Well, McAllister. What can he produce from this sort of position for Liverpool? That's not a bad ball, you thought at first glance, but in the end, Leno takes it comfortably, and you see straight away the German ready to get Fulham going again.
They recognise, don't they? There is an opportunity here for Fulham on the counter-attack if they play it right and make good choices. So far they haven't.
And look at toss in there, no chance of him trying to play it out from the back. He's had that warning already. Just sends it forward, and Fulham have a throw in the Liverpool half. They are a smart side, Fulham. Did a number on Arsenal at Craven Cottage. Almost did a number on Liverpool at Anfield in early December. Doing one at the moment at Anfield in January. Canate. Willian right in his face. And there's Willian again. Some impressive moments for Fulham. But then Robinson running into trouble. Willian back there helping out now. Klopp actually telling his side to just calm down slightly. Don't be too frantic here, Liverpool. But here's Bradley. Bradley, free kick, edge of the area.
He's full of confidence, isn't he? Conor Bradley still trying to make things happen. Skill here, nutmeg. It's caught. I mean, you're complaining, but can't have any complaints.
You're getting that one wrong there. And McAllister. And of course, Fulham have everybody back to defend this free kick. A crossing position here for McAllister. Men lurking on the edge of the penalty area as well. Good position here for Liverpool. Trailing at home. McAllister, not the best. Oh, look towards the referee for handball. Robinson. But David Coote waving it away.
It may have been given in Europe, but in this country, I don't think we give them for that.
And tracking back, Castagna had to put it behind, really.
He goes to head it, and he misses it with his head. He catches it with his hand. You can't give penalties for that. It's poor defending, really. Doesn't mean he should be punished with a penalty.
And he wasn't. So McAllister, the in-swinger. McAllister, again, dealt with at the near post, but he'll have another chance. McAllister to send it in, and almost all the way in. Leno tested. Does keep it out.
So this is probably about the most that Bernd Leno's been extended, isn't it, really, in the whole game? Can't remember him having to do too much.
Corner taken short, though, by Liverpool. Gomez got that one wrong. Not really worked too well with that left foot so far, Gomez.
What a frenetic 10-15 minutes we've just had here. Really frenetic.
As you mentioned that fixture in December a few times already, and that had quite the finish. Still plenty of time for Liverpool. Jones deflected, and 1-1. They always find a way. Curtis Jones.
Well, it's desperately bad luck for Fulham. It really is. Undone by 4 worldies when they were last here in December. But this one's a lucky one, isn't it? Jota does brilliantly well. That's a super challenge. Keeps the attack alive. And he just takes a punt. Tosin turns his back. Not really good, not brave defending, really, when you turn your back like this. Got to take it. And if he does take it, it may not end up in the back of the net. But it does. It's a cruel deflection. In truth, Liverpool don't care.
And here the crowd now as they fly forward once more. Bradley, Jota on the turn. Well, once they get their tails up, there's trouble for the opposition. A huge stroke of fortune, you might say, but the forcefulness of Jones taking that shot from distance. Fulham unfortunate, but their lead cancelled out.
Yeah, my mind goes back to that Bobby Decord over Reed opportunity. You know, it really does. Opportunity to make it 2-0. Passed up. Look, they've got to regroup here, Fulham. Everything they were doing was brilliant. And they've got to carry on believing in it.
Well, Tom Kearney about to come on, and the former Liverpool man, Harry Wilson. Reed under pressure. And Fulham had those breakaways, multiple breakaways in this second half. Weren't able to take any of them, and Liverpool levelling things up and coming forward again. Nunez. Andreas Pereira. Reed. Don't think that Liverpool take a backward step, which might give Fulham another chance. Andreas Pereira. Jones. Jota. Nunez. Hey, they've turned it around. Gakpo. So much attacking power now on the pitch. And it's paid off with Gakpo, one of the substitutes, giving Liverpool the lead.
Well, there's still time for it to get worse for Fulham here. That's the worry for him. Having been in control, having had opportunities and situations that they didn't take, they are now right under the cosh here. And it's no surprise, is it? It's the two substitutes that link up initially. Diogo Jota, brilliant work from him. Nunez times his run to perfection, and Gakpo seems to know where Darwin Núñez is going to play that ball, anticipates it. It's a brilliant finish, gets across the defender, across the near post, and flicks it in. It's brilliant from Gakpo.
And he is loving the League Cup for Liverpool. 4 successive games in which he scored in the League Cup as Fulham make their first changes. Pereira off, Willian, whose goal seems a long time ago right now for Fulham. Wilson comes on. Man who came through at Liverpool, but now looking to help Fulham get level this time.
We'll be so frustrated. Marcu Silva, his team played so well for such a long period in this game.
Here is Wilson. A shock really for Fulham, very quickly. Again, they found themselves the front at Anfield, and Liverpool have shown their power of recovery.
Well, prolific teams are the ones that can come from behind. And Liverpool, one of the most prolific. They're showing Liverpool up in a good light, those numbers.
Here's Bradley looking for a free kick. He is going to get it. And it's a bit frightening for Fulham at the moment, the way Liverpool are flying forward.
Well, like I said, it could get worse. I mean, look, a 2-1 defeat before a ball was kicked wouldn't have been the worst result in the world for Fulham, but God, overread, he's just late there. Which is Bradley, but any worse than this, and you really would fear that they'd have the ability to turn it around. At the moment, it'd give them a chance.
Well, he hasn't got much experience on the bench, Jurgen Klopp. The 2 principal players he did have on the bench, he's brought on, and they've made a difference, to say the least.
Still coaching.
Will he turn to one of his youngsters, Bobby Clark or Owen Beck, perhaps? He's got a few youngsters on that bench. But Nunez, he is interested in this, and we know he's got some power in that right boot. It's Nunez, couldn't keep it down. They fancy more here, that's for sure.
You just wonder how different things might have been had the decision-making and the counter-attack been better, been more incisive. Springs the offside trap beautifully, and now he has to get his head up, and he never gets his head up, and that's the problem. Pereira, look, he's urging him on, and he's thinking square it, and that's the reaction of a man who knows it's the fine margins, isn't it? Make the difference.
There's 3 minutes between Liverpool's 2 goals in this second half. That deflected effort from Jones, and then Gakpo shortly after that. Have Liverpool leading in this tie.
feels a whole lot different in here now, doesn't it, than it did 10 minutes or so ago.
There's an air of frustration at the start of this second half, but the changes have changed things for Liverpool. Gakpo working it on, Jones, Bradley. So much for Fulham to keep track of here. Jota! And it just feels that the next goal for Liverpool is just a matter of moments.
Well, this is what I like about him. He goes both ways, he uses both feet, and he smacks that. So much power, just can't keep it down. Works the space beautifully.
And he'll be enjoying the fact he's got a lot more support in that final third now, Diogo Jota. I don't think he'll be bringing Alisson on. Showing inexperience on the bench. And that was awkward for McAllister. And of course that is always the worry in these situations, however well you're playing. And we've spoken several times about what Liverpool could turn to on the bench, and it was obviously Gakpo and Nunez. Beyond that, you're looking at a lot of young players.
Well, there's a lot of young players against what is a very, very experienced Fulham team.
Robinson. And Bradley loses it. Robinson. Kearney gets it back. Linked up well there, Fulham down that side. Kearney has to check back. Robinson slipping. Running out of room. And that will be in the back of Marcu Silva's mind that Liverpool have played that card.
Yeah. He's saying, why didn't you put the ball in the box? Because they both had little half chances to swing the ball into the penalty area where there were plenty of teammates in support.
Tom Kearney, another of those who had an impressive performance against Arsenal, Fulham's last Premier League game. Gakpo, Nunez, and Diop slipped, and the hole is there for Bradley. Gakpo, Nunez, Jota at the back post, Nunez goes on and across. Ross Leno there for Fulham.
It's a huge, huge 12 minutes plus added time here for Fulham. You feel have to hold what they have here.
McAllister. Would Fulham have taken this scoreline before the match? That is the question.
I would guess yes. I really would. The way they've been at the Cottage recently would give them hope and optimism that they'd be able to turn this around.
So the defeat to Burnley aside, they have had a very good recent run at home. Gakpo plays it in, and what a header that was from Nunez, but there was Leno.
Yeah, it's excellent all round. The delivery is excellent. The leap is excellent. Their header is excellent. The save is excellent. Super football.
Well, McAllister to take this corner. Liverpool not settling on the fact that they've turned this one around. They are still pushing for a bigger advantage in this first leg. McAllister. Jones. Reed not moving too well for Fulham at the moment. Here's Diaz. Paulinho away. And then Jones covering, and a little cuddle from Klopp. And there's filtering across back to left back for Liverpool. Tossing. Reed gets it out to Castagna. Now then Kearney, and he moving out to the left-hand side. Robinson collects now. Robinson, looked like he was fouled there by Gakpo. I almost saw him stumbling onto Bradley, but free kick here. Lukic is going to come on, and you imagine that is for Harrison Reed in that midfield area. So he had that knock in the first half.
It's a shame for Fulham because he has been outstanding. He really has.
Captaining in the club from the start, but of course Tom Kearney on the pitch now for Fulham as the club captain. They're taking this free kick. Kearney swings it in, put it away. Van Dijk. Kearney. Can he put this across? He can. And then Diop, but the flag is up, and Jimenez misses it anyway.
Well, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he was so exasperated, Raul Jimenez, that the flag goes up, that he just has an aimless swipe. See, it's a good decision from the assistant referee. Jimenez spots the flag.
It's smart to remember there's no VAR. Imagine if there was and he was onside. Here's Reed.
Like I said, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I do wonder when players actually get told that information, whether they always have to check. Is there VAR tonight? Here's Lukic. And Harrison Reed, who's had some good moments in this game as a defensive shield for Fulham, but progressed the ball pretty well at times, but this game coming to an end. And the Serbian midfielder, Sasha Lukic, whose only previous League Cup appearance was in the win over Ipswich in the 4th round. And Fulham give it away, and Diaz, Gakpo, shifts it out of his feet, slides it through. Nunez, angles tight, but he almost found a way through.
He packs a punch, doesn't he? Darwin Nunez, and I think 99% of the time he opts for power.
Jones, who helped start the recovery for Liverpool. Jota, and Jones almost got in his way there. But Jota keeping them on the front foot. Liverpool do have a man down at the moment. To see whether they put it out or not. Jones gets back to his feet. But he's been so impressive for Liverpool this season, Curtis Jones. We know how hard it is for young players to make it at the big club, but he always was a player backed to make it. And he's certainly a big part of Klopp's thinking at the moment. Sending out a few more of his youngsters to warm up here. Will we see some of them before the night is out? Here's Diaz. And works it across that side. Jones' cross.
Still struggling, Curtis Jones. I'm not sure he wanted that ball. Hobbling.
Here's Gakpo. The game's coming thick and fast for Liverpool, but that's what happens when you're competing in every competition. Bradley down the line. Nunez hangs it to the back post and put behind by Wilson.
He's really struggling, Curtis Jones. I just wonder, had he not been, whether he'd have got himself in there at the far post. He's in pain.
Oh, McAllister. And it goes from McAllister. Decent whip on it. Robinson, the first to it. Castagna helping it on, but it's going to come back out to McAllister. Nunez, Jones, Diaz. Gakpo, Jimenez close there for Fulham. Gakpo. Gomez. Now McAllister. Jones. Van Dijk. Well, we're in a situation here where Liverpool are leading at home, but by 2-1. You wonder if both sides would probably take this score as it is, with a second leg to come.
Yeah, Liverpool, because they were a goal down for so long. And Fulham before a kick, probably yes, but Marcu Silva just been a tad disappointed about how it's played out this evening.
Liverpool didn't create much in the first half, but they've certainly created a lot in the second half. 18 attempts on goal from Liverpool in this game, 6 on target, 2 in the back of the net. Canate. And Bradley. Always positive, prepared to go forward. Now that ball didn't quite go out of play for him. He plays it back inside, and it's Paulinho has been, well, Lukic, I should say, who's been booked. Maybe slightly harsh at first glance.
Yeah, just misses the ball and stamps on Nunez's foot.
So not harsh then.
50-50.
Yellow card in any case for the substitute. Well, one back by Bradley. Jota. Diaz. Looking for it to break back. Jota. So many red shirts forward in this attack. Bradley across. Oh, almost put it on a plate for Nunez.
Huge. That could be a huge moment for Fulham in this tie. Well done, Bernd Leno.
Paulinho wins the free kick. Well, Nunez with a chance to maybe put Liverpool with a huge foot in the final.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant delivery from Conor Bradley to the perfect area. Nunez gets good contact. He can't really do too much more, Darwin Nunez, with this. He opens his foot up to get it on target, and Leno just makes himself as big as possible. Brilliant save.
Oh, it's been quite the second half. Not much created in the first half. Oh, that Fulham goal, but the second has been completely different. Lukic. Kearney. Been under a lot of pressure, Fulham, at the stages of this second half. But they're a side who have great resilience, but not in that particular moment as Gomez steps away, and here's Nunez. And Nunez tries to pass it across. Danger still not clear for Fulham. Gomez. Diaz. Nunez. And force his way past Tosin. Very unfortunate for Fulham earlier on in this half. For Liverpool's equaliser. Nunez looking for Jones. Well, Super Sunday on Sky Sports. Everton host Aston Villa, who are right behind Liverpool in the Premier League table. And then following that match to Old Trafford as Manchester United host Tottenham. We talked about the games coming thick and fast for Liverpool, but 11 days till their next match away at Bournemouth. So They can really force the issue here in the last 4 minutes. And it feels like from a Fulham point of view, they just want to see the final whistle, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yellow card for Wilson.
He can't have any complaints. Holds Curtis Jones down, but you're right about Fulham. They would love to get to the end of this game. He would have scored the same.
Liverpool still looking for more. McAllister, Bradley. Good moments for him tonight. Gomez. McAllister. Jones. McAllister again. No endo for Liverpool. Asia Cup with Japan. Quite a run in the side actually before taken away. Here's Gakpo. And Gakpo almost finding Diaz. Bradley, so many touches for him tonight. Van Dijk. Jota. McAllister. Kanate. Just to play it inside, picked up by Robinson, a bit of a tired clearance, but it might find Jimenez, and he will take that free kick all night long.
Yeah, there's that experience I was talking about. He knew exactly what he needed to do there. Well, Jimenez. It's been a brilliant game, hasn't it? I mean, the first half a little bit slow, but pulsating. Second half fair. Fulham have played their part, you have to say.
And as you've said before in this game, they will have a tinge of regret. The visitors in this one, leading at Liverpool and having chances, not necessarily all recorded really in terms of efforts on goal, but very promising positions. To find that second goal, it might have been a different story tonight.
They'll look to get through the next minute and a half. And they will be buoyed and spurred on by a raucous Craven Cottage in the second leg.
But they have committed a fair few to this attack. Kearney, wouldn't it be quite something if Fulham could find an equaliser here? Robinson goes down, and it is a free kick. And the final word of the match may indeed go to Fulham.
Yeah, well, statement of intent, I'm looking, are the central defenders going to go up? It's a clear foul. Knows it, young Bradley, but you bet your life the central defenders are going up. And that is a really positive sign from Marcu Silva and his team.
Well, 94th minute. And we know Fulham have been stung before at Anfield late on. But what about them applying a sting of their own? And Wilson didn't quite get that one right at all. And Jota will aim to get there first. And that will be a Liverpool throw and a bit of a waste from Wilson.
Yeah, disappointing delivery.
And player of the match, Don?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. He really has. Well done to him.
Well, that's the full-time whistle, and Liverpool do lead after the first leg, but it wasn't as easy as it sounds. Fulham did take the lead in the first half. Willian with that goal, and they had chances in the second half to make it two, but instead it was Curtis Jones with a deflected effort off Tosin to level things up for Liverpool, and then the two substitutes combining, Nunez feeding Gakpo to turn the game around in this first leg. Regrets for Fulham, but they'll still take this scoreline, something to build on in the return leg at Craven Cottage. But half-time in this semi-final sees Liverpool leading by 2-1.
Seb, Don, thank you. So Marcu Silva there deep in discussion with Willian. Last night at this stage we were talking about Chelsea fans and their reaction to the players after their defeat at Middlesbrough. Well, the Fulham fans down below us here at Anfield, Steve Sidwell, all on their feet applauding the players, and the players applauding them back. Pre-match, they'd have taken this.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You go and you take a 2-1 defeat away from home.